It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this exciting, invigorating, robust lifestyle show. I want to thank each one of our listeners today for tuning in and the ones that will be listening to the podcast. I am so very grateful for each one of you. And I am just overly excited today to have with me a returning diva, Daphne McDonagh. And she is going to speak about communicating and healing with animals. Oh my, I am just overly excited today. So Daphne, could you please introduce yourself and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. I am truly feeling so blessed and grateful right now. I am living, so a little bit about myself. I am a rehabilitation and wellness practitioner that helps animals and people find the sparkle in their eyes again. I mean, so many things are going on in the world right now that so many of us have lost the sparkle in our eyes, and nothing lights us up anymore. So I help people find that again, and animals.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Well, I just love that. And I saw that on your Facebook page, and I just love that your passion is to assist animals and people find the sparkle in their eyes again. And oh my, what a joy that is. And talk about sparkle. I'm on your website and looking at the sparkle in you and your dog's eyes. It's just amazing. It almost gives me the chills because there's so much sparkle and love that shines through them eyes from both of you that I just love it. It is just beautiful. So
well, thank
I
you.
can see. You are so welcome. I can see where your passion definitely is. Well, with our topic today, communication and healing with animals, how do you help heal with animals through the communication? We'll kind of start there and just kind of let us know a little bit let our listeners hear how you do all this, Daphne.
Okay. Well, if I could maybe give a little bit of backstory for people that don't know me or know about what I do. When I was younger, I was involved in a near-fatal car accident that they didn't think I was going to come back from. So, I mean, it's been almost 30 years now, and I've done a lot of healing on myself. And so all the tools that I use for people and animals are tools that I use on myself. As for communicating with animals, I've always been able to communicate with animals. I'm kind of like the Daphne Doolittle. Animals talk to me. I hear them. You chuckle, but it's true. And, you know, people say, well, isn't that annoying? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of annoying sometimes. But, I mean, for what I do with my distance healing work that I do, I didn't realize the validity of it until one day my friend had a friend in Europe that had a dog that had back surgery, and she asked me if I could help the dog. And I chuckled and I said, well, I can try. And so I started doing distance healing sessions on this dog in Europe from Canada here. And a week later, the dog was running around like it was fine. It had back surgery and it wasn't able to walk. And a week after the distance sessions, the dog was able to run around again. With my distance sessions, I use sacred geometry tools. I use crystals. I use cold laser therapy. With the cold laser therapy, there's a whole rendition of things I can explain with that. But animals, there was one person that I was helping her cat here in Edmonton, and the cat had a lot of joint and arthritic pain, and of course so did the person. This is back when I first started doing this, and I didn't realize the correlation yet. And I helped the cat. I did 2 sessions with the cat, and the cat was running around like a kitten again. And the lady with the joint and arthritic pain in her body stood up from the couch without using her cane. And she looked at me and she said, "What did you do to me?" I said, "Well, I didn't do anything to you. I helped your cat, and your cat was taking your pain." And that's when I realized that our pets take on our energies as well. Just like you said, you can see the sparkle in our eyes on my website. It's because that's how we live here in this house. We live with magic and delight in our lives because because the world is a reflection of our thoughts on all levels. And the people in our world are reflecting our thoughts back to us. So I want to be shining my light as bright as I can to everyone so that they can reflect that back to me.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is just beautifully. Oh, I just love that. That totally explains. And how you said Daphne Doolittle. That's going to stick with me, Daphne. I love that. Daphne Doolittle.
Well, and you know what's funny? I used to, when I started working with the animals, I would get these aches and pains in my body, and I didn't realize what it was. I don't know if you posted the picture of me working with that Dalmatian. I know I sent it to you, but I'm not sure if you put that one up or not.
Right.
But I was actually at the world-class dog show working on dogs that year, and my shoulder that morning was just killing me, and I couldn't figure out why my shoulder was killing me. And then that dog came to me, and I treated that dog, and my shoulder was better. So then I made the correlation that they're not only talking to me, they're showing me where their pain is so that I can help it release.
And that is just absolutely incredible because, I mean, just briefly, I'm going to share, I've experienced the exact same thing in the last week's time. Because I had an infection and treating it all natural, and my dog came up with one, and so did my horse. And it's like I told a good friend of mine that we're very much into the healing and through the natural therapy of it, and we had a natural doctor working on the dog and the horse. And I'm like, this is just incredible how all 3 of us together have it. And it's my dog and it's my mare. So, yes, I can totally relate to what you're saying about showing us the pain.
Well,
oh, my goodness.
And I had a conversation with a lady today in regards to her dog because somebody referred her to me because a friend of hers referred her to me that I've helped the friend, and she was telling me all about what's going on with the dog, and I said, okay, now just stop for a second, take a deep breath. Tell me about your life. What's going on in your life? Because our pets are our reflections. And if we're stressed, our pets are stressed. If we're relaxed, our pets are relaxed. You can't see me shrugging my shoulders right now. Maybe you can hear it, but it really is that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's either fear or love, and I choose love.
Right. Yes. You choose the love vibration over the fear, and I love that. Definitely. Yep. And that's what's showing in your dog's eyes too. Is the love vibration.
Oh, and, he is pure love. He is pure love.
He looks
pure
like
love.
it. That is just so beautiful. So beautiful.
His name is Gunner, and when the call started, he stood up and he nosed me a little bit, and I scratched his head, and then he laid down under the daybed where I'm sitting right now because he's a part of everything that I do.
Totally understand. Oh, I hear you. Oh, that is just beautiful. Well, in this healing, do you feel it is the energy that like the owner and the pet are giving back and forth to one another? Does it come down a lot to the energy vibes that are going through on the healing with the animals and the people?
I'm not sure what you're asking, but Yes, the energies that between the pet and their owner are the energies that go between the two. When I do sessions, I do what's called joint sessions. So I get a picture of both of them together so that I can get their frequencies to match. So that, like, I can't work on one without working on the other.
Right.
Because their energies and their frequencies are going to be different and they're not going to jive. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes, that makes total sense.
So, like, for you, your horse, and your dog, I would have wanted to get a picture of all three of you to treat all three of you at the exact same time because you are so connected. Right.
And we are. Oh, that is so beautiful. Now, do you do the healing like you said? You use crystals. You use, when you're doing remote healing, like you said, you have people all over the globe. How exactly can you explain to our listeners, like through pictures? Because I know people have told me, how can things like that happen through a picture or a Zoom call or something? So if you can explain a little bit how you make that happen, that would be fantastic.
Through healing intent, because of who I am and because of what I do, I am a direct connection to source energy. I'm the conduit. I'm kind of like the plug-in to the wall.
Right.
Like so let's say you want to make toast and you need a toaster and a plug-in for that. So so this is a really silly analogy, but it'll make sense when I get through it. Okay, so the toaster is the people and the animals that I'm working on, right? And the plug-in is the energy source, which is source energy, which is universal light force energy, okay? So you put the toast in the toaster and you plug it into the wall and you turn it on. I'm that connection.
Okay.
I'm like the plug-in. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. That's a very good way to explain it, because even people without animals can understand that. That's a great explanation.
I am, that was divinely guided, that one, by the way. I'm directly connected to source, and that was the picture they showed me to explain it. So
perfect.
I channel out the negative energy and I channel in the positive energy. So what I do when I start to do a distance session is I first use the Unwind frequency, which is the frequency of the earth. Now, with that, I also use an infrared probe and a violet probe. I'm not sure if you know anything about different lasers and stuff like that, different light therapy tools, but infrared light works on healing bones, teeth, tendons, muscles, cartilage, and joints. And then violet light works on the deeper emotional and auric field. So when there's stress and dis-ease in a person's or an animal's life, the adrenal glands are usually kicked in because their bodies are usually in fight or flight mode, be it for physical reasons or emotional reasons. So what the Unwind does is it gets the body to unwind from the stress and dis-ease that they're facing. So then the sciatic nerve can drop, the sacrum can drop down and open up. The occipital ridge, which is attached to the vagus nerve, can open up and relax. And then the thymus gland, which is your immune center, can also open up to the healing that it's ready to receive. Then depending on what I'm working on the animal and the person, which frequency I go to, there's different frequencies that I use for different things. So, but first I help whoever I'm working on to unwind and relax so that they can be open to receiving the frequencies that I'm sending through the healing intent.
Oh, wow. Wow, so you're helping them kind of de-stress, first of all.
Right.
And, and how critical that is, because stress builds and builds sometimes, and our pets feel that stress. I mean, I truly believe that. When we're stressed, I feel their stress too. And, oh, wow, when you start to de-stress, you're not only de-stressing the humans, you're helping de-stress the animals. Is that what you see too then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow. that is incredible. And yes, I loved what you said about the infrared lights, because that kind of explains what different areas they can touch in the body. That is a great explanation. Oh my goodness, how incredible. Well, and what was so interesting when you started, you have experienced all of this. You have learned how to heal yourself, from what I understand. And that's how you can better help people too, because you've already experienced a lot in your own life.
Yes, I mean, I didn't really talk too much about it, but yes, like I said, the doctors wanted to harvest my organs that night after the car accident. You know, I did the full life support for 2 weeks, in a coma for 18 days. When I came out of the coma, I had to learn how to walk, talk, feed myself, and dress myself again. And I lived in pain, emotionally and physically, for over 20 years.
Oh,
so when I found the tools that I could use to help others, of course I'm going to share them with the world.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Wow, you have really experienced pain if you lived with it for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. You have so much to share, and you've experienced so much of it already to share with people. Oh, wow.
Please feel free to ask me any questions.
Well, that is just something. I guess my question would be, how, after you suffered 20 years like that, what maybe aha moment, or maybe what made you decide to look into how you're healing now with the different tools? Was there people in your life, or what brought you to this point, maybe?
You know what? It's kind of a funny story, actually. But I mean, the medicine quit working, and I started carrying magnets in my pockets, because somebody said magnets will help. So I was like, I don't know how it's going to help, but I started carrying magnets in my pockets. And after further research, I found out that, you know, magnets balance the polarities of the body, so they stimulate the underactive organs and they sedate the overactive ones, bringing everything into balance. And I thought, oh my goodness, there's got to be more. So then, of course, I did my healing with Crystals Therapy Diploma, right? Because I had to know more. And then I had a friend of mine give me some magnet earrings, because he found them in Phoenix when he was down on a holiday, and I felt like $1 million while I wore those. So I was like, I need more magnet earrings. So, and I started making magnet earrings with crystals, and then I had a whole bunch of magnet earrings, and my husband said, honey, do you really need that many pairs? You know what I mean? And he says, I think you should show your friends. So I showed my friends, and they said, oh, you should do necklaces and bracelets to go with these things. And I was like, okay. So then, you know, and it was round about that time that I decided to no longer smoke, too. So it was keeping my hands busy while creating, right? So, so yeah, I started making magnetic jewelry with crystals, and it just kind of went from there. And then I met a lady who had the quantum wave scalar wave laser, and I fell in love with the laser, and I bought some for myself to use on myself. And then I met the person that did the sacred geometry tools, and I put everything together, and I use it all as one.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, how beautiful. Now,
I've learned how... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've learned to trust the synchronicities of life.
Yes. Oh, how beautiful. Now, during this time, did you always have animals in your life while you were trying to heal?
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, I grew up on a farm, so I've always had animals in my life. I used to compete in rodeos before my car accident happened when I was 15. So I've always had horses and dogs and cats in my life. Yes.
Oh, girl. Oh, man. We are connected, because I've always had them in my life too.
For sure we are.
It's incredible. Oh, I love that. Oh, wow. Now, do you feel the animals played a big part in your healing also?
Oh, yes, very much so. They brought my barrel horse to the hospital when I was still in the hospital. So they took me outside, of course, to see her, but they brought her to the hospital to see me. Yeah. And she stood perfectly She stood perfectly still for the entire thing. She was the sort of horse that wouldn't stand still ever, but when she was at the hospital with me, she knew that I wasn't well, and she stood perfectly still.
Oh,
but yeah,
my goodness.
Animals have always been in my life.
Wow. Well, have you always felt you could communicate with them, even during all those years?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. That is so awesome. I love that, how the horse just stood there, because she knew. She sensed it she knew already before she ever got to the hospital where she was going, in my thoughts.
Yeah.
She knew what was happening.
She needed to be calm for me.
Right.
Yeah.
She knew she had to send those kind of vibes to you.
You betcha.
Oh, that is an incredible story. Wow, I love that. And then that kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead,
No,
Daphne.
you go ahead.
Go back to...
I was just going to say.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, as then, that kind of led you to know how much animals can help with healing, because they helped heal you.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Now go back to what you were going to say about the animals and the healing.
Well, I was just going to say, going back to the title of your show, Living Your Robust Life, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. With everything that's going on in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am still able to live my best life by doing what I'm doing to help people around the world with my distance services. I mean, I can still help people in person, but I can still help people around the world.
I can totally believe that, because the feeling of, just the feeling inside of you to know you have helped someone or their animal, and both of them most of the time, that has to be an absolutely incredible feeling. And the gratitude that they show back to you. Because when you can help someone with their animal, it just escalates them to a whole nother level to make them feel better, because my animals are my life. My animals come first, and if they're hurting, I'm hurting. When they're feeling good, that life is great.
Right?
Oh, goodness. That is just incredible how you have learned to use all these tools through the experiences that you have had through your life, and taken really a bad situation and turned it into a healing situation for other people. And that is beautiful, Daphne.
Thank you.
You are so welcome, because that is just incredible. Well, being the very active person you are with your own animals and helping others, how do you find the time to make it all come together and work?
I am blessed to have an amazing online scheduling system. I make sure to schedule time for myself every week to do the things that I love to do. I am so blessed to be able to have my morning routine that I like to do with myself and my dog. When we do what we love, everything just comes together. Mm-hmm. I don't have to force anything. It's funny. I have my mantra right now is I am blessed, grateful, and open to always be in the right place at the right time to cosmically attract magical manifestations into my life.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is totally beautiful.
I know and trust that I will be where I need to be when I need to be there.
Oh, Daphne, wow. That is such an inner peace that must give you to have that feeling.
It feels so, I am, like I said, so blessed and grateful. And when I started to be able to focus on the things that I wanted to happen, but at the same time being able to detach from the need for them to happen as I preferred,
Yes.
life got way easier for me.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I it's funny, people say to me, well, you should be marketing this way or marketing that way. And I said, no, the people that I need to help will find me. The people that I know that I need to help and the animals I need to help, they'll find me. I don't need to go chasing anything. Because I had a friend tell me one time, a long time ago, he said, what happens when you go to the park and you chase the birds with the bread to feed the birds with the bread? And you chase them around, what do? They run away. But if you sit on the bench and you toss out the breadcrumbs, what happens? They come. So I like to sit on the bench.
That's a great way to explain that. That is just beautiful. And I loved how your first two things are you're blessed and you're grateful. You're showing gratitude for what you already have. And I feel that is so important. And to visualize what you want. Oh, that is just beautiful. And scheduling time for yourself. How many of us look over that part? We're so busy with day-to-day routines that we forget about ourselves, that we need to take time. And it's not being selfish. It's just something we need to do to be able to help others even more, is how I feel.
Well, and this is something that I tell people is if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to? And when you take care of yourself, you're going to be able to help more people.
Definitely. You help more people. You make your pets feel better because you're in a happier mood, and you're able to help them also. I can just see it in my pets, in my dogs and horses' eyes when I'm relaxed and enjoying and grateful and feeling in that vibration, love vibration. They're feeling it too.
Yeah, for sure they are.
I love that. And I had, when the naturalist checked on my horse, he checked him and he said, your mare's not stressed. She enjoys her life. I'm going, yes, that was such good news to hear.
Right? It makes us feel so good when we can find that out.
Yes, most definitely. Oh, I love that. Well, Daphne, this interview, I'm not sure where this time went. It just flew. I don't know where it went either. I don't know either. It just went flying by. What are some, maybe you've left us so many great tools and tips already. Is there any final ones you would like to leave with our listeners today?
Breathe. Stop and take a breath.
Yes. Oh, that's incredible, and that means so much because I have to tell myself that so many times. I'm running here, running there. Oh, I got to get this done, get that done, and it's just like stop and breathe. And what a difference it makes. And
something else that I like to do for myself is make lists of things that I need to get done, so I don't have to worry about it. Then I can just check them off when I get them done. But yes, breathe.
Oh, yes. Take a moment and breathe and enjoy the moment. My horses are always telling me, just enjoy the moment. Don't worry about the next moment. Enjoy this moment.
Be present. That's why it's called the present. Enjoy it.
Exactly. And it is a present. Definitely. There's two meanings there.
You betcha.
Oh, Daphne, this was so incredible. I want to ask you, will you please return to my show? Because you have so much more to share, and I had so much more I was thinking about talking about that we talked today what we needed to share with others is how I feel, and I love that.
I would be honored to be on your show again, yes.
Oh, and it would be the same way. I would be honored to have you as my guest, Daphne. This was just incredible. Thank you so much.
And if people want to find my website, it's just Daphne's Healing Hands at just daphneshealinghands.com.
Oh, perfect. And it is a beautiful website. Everyone needs to check it out because it is beautiful. Very well created. You feel it's very easy to get around, and you feel the energy coming off of it and the good vibes coming from it.
Well,
I love your website.
It's been a lot of work to put together. It's a work in progress.
You've done a great job, Daphne. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so welcome. And listeners, as Daphne said, she will definitely be returning to Robust Lifestyles show, and I am so excited to have her back. And we will post her social media links so you can follow her. And I want to thank all of our listeners today for listening to this absolutely incredible interview with our absolutely amazing diva, Daphne McDonagh. Please share this show with me.
Sorry for interrupting. Can I just let the people know, if they're listening to the show today and they hear about the distance healing sessions and they reach out to me and say that they heard on this show, I would love to be able to give them a 25% discount.
Oh, my goodness, Daphne. Oh, that is incredible. Oh, listeners, you need to take advantage of this. That's an awesome, awesome offer. Oh, wow. Yeah, and we will have that link posted for them so they can take advantage of that. Thank you so much for adding that in, Daphne. I appreciate that. That was awesome.
You are so welcome.
And listeners, be sure to check out all the hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Remember, be kind to all, give your animals those great big extra hugs, and share so much love with them. Until we connect again on Robust Lifestyles, stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.